Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are diving into Vim. You know, that powerful command line editor that's probably already installed on just about any Linux system you'll ever use.
Oh, yeah, you are definitely not alone. I think we've all been there, right? Staring at the screen, just mashing keys, hoping something will happen. Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to flip that script and turn that frustration into some real confidence.
So what is Vim really? Well, it's basically the evolution of an older classic editor called Vi. The whole idea, the whole philosophy, is that keeping your hands on the keyboard makes you way faster. So instead of mousing around and clicking menus, you're using key combinations to command your editor with, surgical precision. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the absolute survival skills. Then, we'll get into moving around at lightning speed. After that, we'll wield some seriously powerful editing tools. And finally, we'll see how to juggle multiple files at the same time. Okay, first things first, we have to cover the essentials. How do you open a file? How do you actually type something? And, I think this is the most important part, how do you get out without just closing the entire terminal window in a total panic? We've all done it. It's actually pretty straightforward. You just type Vim and whatever you want to name your file. Now, here's the first trick. Once you're in, you can't just start typing. That's the classic beginner mistake. You have to press the letter I first. That puts you into what's called insert mode. Then you can type. When you're done, the escape key is your best friend. It gets you out of typing mode. And that right there brings us to the single biggest idea in Vim, modes. This is what trips everyone up at first, but it's also what makes Vim so incredibly powerful. The best way to think about it is like this. Normal mode is your command center. It's where you're the pilot telling the editor what to do. Insert mode, that's just your typewriter. And remember, the escape key always brings you back to your command center, back to normal mode. Okay, memorize these two commands and I promise you will never get stuck again. From that normal mode, your command center, just type a colon, then WQ. That stands for write and quit. It saves your work and gets you out. Now, what if you made a total mess and just want to bail? Easy. Colon, Q, and an exclamation point. That's a force quit. It gets you out without saving any of your changes. All right, so you know how to get in and out safely. You can't get trapped anymore. Now for the fun part. Let's get you moving. Because honestly, the real magic of Vim is when you learn to just fly through your files without ever having to reach for the mouse. Yeah, forget the scroll wheel. That's way too slow. In Vim, it's more like you're teleporting. So from normal mode, just tap GG, and boom, you're at the very top of the file. A capital G, that zips you straight to the bottom. And what if you know exactly where you want to go? Just type a colon, the line number, hit enter, and you are there, instantly. Okay, this is where Vim starts to feel like a superpower. I mean, moving fast is cool, but editing fast, that's a game changer. So let's get into some of the really powerful editing tools. So searching is super intuitive. It's just baked right in. All you do is hit the /, type whatever you're looking for, and hit enter. That searches down the file. Need to search up? Use a question mark instead. And the best part is, once you've started a search, you can just keep tapping the N key to jump from one match to the next. It's so simple. Okay, I know this one looks a little intimidating, but let's break this beast down. It's actually super logical. This command is for find and replace across your whole file. That % at the beginning, it just means every line in this file. The S stands for substitute. Then you have what you're looking for and what you want to replace it with. And that G at the very end, that's really important. It means global, as in replace every instance on a line, not just the first one. This is what I mean by editing at the speed of thought. You're in normal mode, right? Just tap DD and the entire line you're on is gone. It's cut. If you want to copy a line, you tap YY. They call it yanking in Vim, but it's just copying. And whether you just cut or copied, you just move your cursor and hit P to paste it. So fast. Okay, so what happens when you move too fast? Let's say you just deleted a line you actually needed, or you pasted something in completely the wrong place. Don't panic. It's no problem at all. Just make sure you're back in normal mode and hit the U key for undo. That's it. Your last mistake is gone. It is that simple. And what if you get a little too happy with that undo key and go back too far? We've all done that. Well, just hold Control and press R for redo. It brings the change right back. So you've basically got this perfect safety net for all your edits. All right, let's wrap this up with a little glimpse into some next level stuff. We're going to look at how Vim can handle more than one file at a time. This is awesome for more complex work, like if you're coding or maybe comparing two different versions of a file. You can do this right from the command line. If you use the -O flag when you start Vim, it'll open multiple files in these horizontal splits, so you can literally see and edit both of them in the same window. It's so useful for, looking at one file for reference while you're actually working on another. And jumping between those windows is totally seamless. All you do is hold Control and then tap W twice. Your cursor just hops to the next window. This makes it so easy to copy some text from one file and paste it directly into the other one. And check this out. If you use the D flag instead, Vim turns into this powerful diff tool. A diff tool basically opens both files side by side and highlights every single line that's different between them. This is amazing for things like code reviews or just seeing exactly what changed between two versions of a document. So there you have it. If you can really get these 5 core ideas down, you've built an incredibly solid foundation. And it's not really about just memorizing a bunch of random commands. It's about getting the whole philosophy behind it. This idea of modal editing and controlling everything with your keyboard. Look, the best way to learn any of this stuff is to just do it. So go on, open up a terminal right now, type vim test.txt, and just start playing around. You literally have the keys to a much faster, much more efficient way of editing right at your fingertips.